Hello everyone, I want to introduce to you ForecastFlow. It's an app I created for you demand and supply planners out there that want a system that's tailor-made for your needs. I'll walk you through what you can do to use the app and you can try it for free and see if you like it or not. Dashboard is the first sheet that you're going to see. It's going to show you basically your snapshot of your situation, recent imports, last demand plans, what's your overall status of your last forecast. You can click on Run Forecast. It's going to bring you over here. I'm just going to walk you through the tabs. Sales is where you upload your sales history. You got to import a CSV file. It's going to walk you through all the guidelines here, so it's very clear how it's supposed to be structured. Very simple SKU, date, and quantity. You can also have custom region revenue for future analysis, but at this point, that's all you really need. Those three informations, and if there's duplicates, it explains here how it works. You can take a look at what you've uploaded over here. You can see I uploaded only the SKU description and quantity and date, of course. I don't have anything here. I can filter based on dates or search cold, so I can see that this item, I can see what I have uploaded, and it always shows me the totals, so it's nice. So that's the sales. You can export, of course, also this, so you can look at it in Excel. Looking at the products, if you look at the products, then you will see more information on a product level. So you can see the SKU description, the category unit measure, and the status. So this is important if you want to use categories and unit measures. You can import. Again, you have an example CSV if you want, and you can create a new product. You can also export. So the forecast, this is a huge part of the app. This is where you can create your forecast. You can see in the demo, there are three different forecasts. They each have different values. You can compare plans. So I can compare two different demos and you can see they have different numbers. They have different MAPEs. MAPEs is the accuracy forecast KPI, the most commonly used. And it's the own analysis. It's not really a MAPE. It's what the system think is going to be the MAPE. Okay, that's the accuracy. So you can compare plans, you can delete plans. You can also create a new forecast and call it, say, new, and you can run forecast and just show you how quickly it runs. Creates that forecast for those 12 SKUs for the 24 months. And you can look at it on a high-end level. Okay, it's going to show you the MAPE, the confidence, and if you click on any of the items, you're going to see a nice breakdown of the sales in blue and the forecast in orange. And what's really cool here is, first off, you can, if you want, you can change the method and you can see the line changes and you can always see what the MAPE is. So obviously this is a classic Holt-Winters, as there is seasonality and some trend within the years. You get a rule-based, why this method, okay. You can see on the bottom the breakdown in months. Again, you can export to Excel if you want. And what's really cool here is I can flag events as outliers, okay? So this is an outlier for me. And I can also adjust the forecast. Let's say I know I have a promotion here in May, and I want to say it's going to be 600. That's going to be a promo. So I'm going to set that, and you see immediately that's going to spike. And I'm going to click on recalculate because it has to adjust for that outlier. Okay, and then here it's hard to see the outlier but it does flatten it. You see, it goes from 407, which is the outlier, to 392. So it does have a minimal effect. It's not a good example for outlier. Look for another one. But you can see here how that forecast looks. And you can see also here that it adjusted, okay, because of the promo. Let's see if we have a better example. Yeah, that's probably going to be average. Let's just look for one more. Nope, I'm looking for one that has a real spike that I can ignore. I'll try this one as well. Let's see if that's going to work. Yeah, you see how I flattened it out? Now here it's more makes more sense. So yeah, so you can use that to really deep dive into your forecast. You can also use the demand review. In demand review, you can actually take a more high-end look at all of your forecasts. And you can adjust all SKUs, clear all adjustments, something bulk for an item, like increase everything by 10%. Okay, let's do that. Let's say it's a promo. And that's just going to increase. You see, you have a system and you have a planner. And it shows you the variance, obviously 10%, because that's what the rule. I can clear, of course, and that's just if, let's say, you have an overall promo for coffee or for something, or you just want to adjust all SKUs or just categories. That's where categories is really nice. So just all dry goods. Okay, either percentage, units, or absolute, right? You want to say this is the forecast. So you can use that. That's very nice. That's a demand review. So once you're done with those two, you're ready for the next step, which is to build your supply. So when you want to build a supply, you can decide whatever demand plan you want to use, and you can search, of course, specific SKU like cold, so you can see that item. And if you click over here, sorry, first off, you see on the overall situation, it's going to show you your supply plan. It's going to show you your rolling inventory. Your how are you going to close every month, and what's the volume and everything. And you have parameters like your current inventory, your lead time, your safety stock, MOQ, order multiplier, and unit cost. And basically, you can see the breakdown here of the months, 6 months out. Okay, you can see the opening, demand, the order quantity, the closing, how many inventory days you're going to have, and what is your status. Sorry. Okay, so that's the supply part. The accuracy is where you can select um, a demand plan and compare it to actuals. Because as you upload sales, eventually you can compare what you thought would be the results based on what it actually is. And it's going to show you on a high end on a demand plan level. So it's 29% MAPE, 1% bias. And the difference between bias and MAPE bias, basically, I would say the best way to look at it is plus and minus are equal to zero, so to speak. So if you have on one item plus 100 versus forecast another minus 100, your bias would be zero. So your overall number, but your MAPE would be a deviation of 200. So it's plus 100 and then absolute for the minus 100. So that's 200 deviation, because if you're right on one item and you're wrong on the other, they don't really help each other. So on a business side, MAPE is very accurate. On the buy side, it helps you to understand, are you forecasting your overall business well or not? So that is also an important KPI to use. There's much more, but these are the top two that are normally used for forecast accuracy. All right, and then you can see on an item level, what was the actual results, and you can see basically a nice chart that's going to show you the totals. So this was the actual, this was the forecast, and you can see sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, but anyway, you can see your absolute error. And that's the difference between bias and MAPE, because for MAPE, the difference is 1300. For bias, it's 782. So that's a big difference. That's why you see the different results. So that is the forecast accuracy. And of course, you can change between plans and you'll see different results. And history is where you can see all the history that happened in your team. You can invite members to join and work with you, collaborate with you, or just, to split the work. You have the getting started checklist that you can reload or delete all the demo data. Once you do that, everything is gone. You can check box for yourself just to make sure you know where you stand. Admin, that's just for me. How it works. You also have some, high-end information that you can read and see how it works. And that is about it. So I will leave it with this screen, which I like the most. I think that's a cool screen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I really hope that you will try using this app. It is for free for a starter limited version that you can test. And if you do like it, you can just sign up and use it and hopefully improve your business. Thank you very much. Have a great day.